Amazing. Now it's second semi-final.
We're gonna go through the other deck list.
Fine, please behave.
And we are in.
Okay, we're back in. Everything is where it should be.
Yeah.
Everything is exactly the same as last time, as we now see. Oh no.
No.
We have the same
don't
issue
see
again.
Much. Okay, so while.
Type press F4 and F5.
Together?
Just press F4, F5. Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Together at the once?
Either one. Just press them. Just press them once and see if it works.
Okay.
Sometimes it resets the tournament client.
Okay, we're gonna try and see if Carpet gets reconnected. If not, what do we do?
If not, it looks like if it's on Carpet's side again, it will be a technical loss for game 1, which obviously is the last thing anyone wants. And it looks like that might be the case. They may be there having an issue with their internet connection. Because looks like it's Blue Coin that it... Oh! No. Okay.
You just hear the clock ticking here, like, go.
As the time stages through, Dosen now on Blue Coin.
That's correct.
Okay.
We're drawing cards.
Yeah, cards.
Carpet is...
Okay, so now it's working. By the look of it, the players are in.
It seems to work now.
But I cannot see anything moving on.
No, it's moving for a Carpet as well. Hovering over the spear tip. There we go.
Okay, well, looks like we're in then. Okay. We are now in. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go with it.
Yep. I think we can't do anything else about it. Really.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but we do see now straight away going for an Imperial Diplomacy. Oh, it's a nice little grab. It's a nice little grab there, honestly, as we see Carpet jams down that Cyclops and insta-procs. 7 timer, not even worried about it, my friend. Don't care. And they are speed jamming this as we go. Now, no bricks in either hand from what I can see, but from Dosen's side, it's a bit golder than they would like. Does have the Calvate, of course. It's basically set up like an Enslaved 6 deck with a different leader ability, as we see them just trying to set up their boards right now. Dosen doesn't really want to lose on even, trying to give himself a bit of room to get through.
Yep.
All good. But we are now back and in. That's a good... So from from Carpet's side here, we'll want to stay ahead on even right now. It's one of the things that can work very well in the favor of Ogroids. They're just big point slam. And if you can keep the tempo, you know...
I'm just thinking that, yeah, so this is technically
game 2.
Game 2, so we update the score as well.
Yeah, pretty much. So
it is Dosen 1 for a new Carpet, yeah?
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the technical loss. It is frustrating. At least the game is now working, and it could go the other way.
That was the fastest 40 points I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened.
Zoom in and a win on even in round 1.
Yeah. Carpet's like, this is working. I gotta be fast. Gotta be fast.
So, but we now do see a perfect set of draws, of course, for the Nilfgaard player, having played the Calvate. And it's a really not a terrible situation if you're the monster player right now. You can dictate the whole length of the round without losing your card.
Yeah.
As a result, taking yourself into a short round 3 with big, powerful point slam. You know it's open deck list and you know you're going to find great value. Additionally, you know your opponent's not really running a Stefan.
Oh, yeah,
So you haven't got to worry about that set of removal and stuff like that. And
now you also know that Dosen now has all of the good cards because they played Calvate.
Yes, exactly. So you know you're bleeding.
Bleeding here is good.
It's a very effective bleed that you're looking to find now. Although does draw well and finds, of course, that Nulziger Sergeant. Open them up with the Rune Mage find in round 1, guaranteeing pretty much everything you want. So yes, that is an option. The idea of protecting a coup from Triss, possibly, given the double Cyclops draw, I think this ends up going offensively anyway, and as a result, could work that way around, but we will see. We will see. It depends on what's coming. The defender in the way of a potential Vilgefortz is big as well. That could be pretty huge as things go. Now, for Dosen, obviously, you can't get your card back, but you could lose an extra card in this bleed. So it's about maintaining the right amount of gap. Early on, it's fine. You're favored in a long round. So if you can convince your opponent to leave early, you're very happy. You'd almost rather have a 9-card round where your opponent had 10 than a 3 each later on, because you're much more favored there. But I don't expect to see Carpet disappear, and we now are seeing the attempt to build up Might. Of course, both have their leaders.
And we're seeing
it's not a bad grab.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, that's nice.
Especially it starts at 10 power. The problem is the timer is going to do literally nothing.
That's the other thing,
because it doesn't say strengthen by at all.
It just sets to 10, right?
Exactly. It sets to 10. So.
And we see all of the big points for Carpet there.
Yeah.
So that's a comfortable Might.
It is. Now, one of the things from this, he's about to play the Torres. The Torres is the first stage of Torres, and in an open deck list, tells him exactly what is available.
Oh, true, because you see
everything that's in the deck as a unit, right? And it's all units.
And with the graveyard, you already see what's in the graveyard, so you know exactly what the hand is. I would have been going a little bingo, you know?
Oh, big. Okay, decides to lead it now. One of the weird things for Nilfgaard, especially Double Cross, you always want to hold your leader in a bleed, but Double Cross has 0 value if you get to the end, which is risky. The defender being moved and killed by that Cyclops, that pairing, it's put Dosen in a spot where they could lose the round with an extra, or take the round but an extra card cost, but now they have their way through. Now he can deal with the 18-point slam or the crumb very happily, right?
Dosen is the Ogroid now.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's Nilfgaard doing Nilfgaard things, you know?
Playing your deck better than you, always.
That was an interesting choice. Uses the leader charge to remove the engine, trying to get rid of the assimilate value, potentially, here.
And we're seeing Brathines from Dosen, right?
Yeah, and anything you can do, I'm going to try and do too. As Cyclops takes out Cyclops with a Cyclops.
And that is a Cyclopsception?
Yeah, there's definitely more than one eye here. Triclops.
Between them, they have at least 3 eyes.
Yeah, exactly. 3 eyes, 1 club, and there's only one of them left. It's quite the fight. You'll love to see it. And it just about keeps Dosen ahead as well, crucially for them. But as you're looking at a situation where it starts to get awkward. You're playing a Cyclops for 1 point here and for damage. Okay, it's worth the bleed because you know typically you're trading up, but with the 3 cards left, less so, right?
Nice bribery.
That is quite the bribery. You don't want to use the Goliath though, so you're probably just taking the old spear tip. Great value. And obviously bribery plus Room Mage is always going to do well consistently.
Yeah, makes sense.
Here comes Renfrey to now try and add some value. Would have played it between the two even cards.
Yeah.
We see Curse of Pride, Curse of Lust, and Curse of Wrath. Has managed to miss the buff by base power +2, which is a shame. 6 damage. Kindness, which is why I would have played between the 2 evens. And after using your leader ability, play the worst. Gone damage.
Wow.
And destroy an enemy unit with less than 8. So potentially Nausicaa or Brathens could go, and then 6 damage as a dead coup is traded.
Okay.
Now
this is it. So we can see Crumb.
Oh, not sure I dropped that. I don't think I'd have played the Crumb here because it's going to get Vilgefortz all day long. Yeah.
So that is.
It could be worth it, honestly.
That is worth it. Yeah, the resilience is just too much to take. You know, too big of a risk. So now Dosen is ahead, and Triss is a huge commitment.
It is, but it's also great value because you know what you're getting. You know you're getting Terra Nova, right?
Yeah.
And and he'll be doing the maths on it. Terra Nova's targets as it stands are big cards, right? There's a 12, a 10, a 4, so it's 14. It's 12, 13, 14, 15 points, the Terra Nova. Huge amount of value. So
I'm willing to trade it.
So this needs to play for together 23, 24, and I think it does. I think it does by quite some distance if you lead her as well. I would be going for the 2-0 here.
Oh my. So now Terra Nova was like 14, you said?
Yeah, and that's
not enough.
Yeah, so Terra Nova is 4 plus 15, but it's not going to be sufficient, as while we may have not had a game
that
1,
was so fast.
We're now getting a game 3.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, wow.
I need a quick break.
Okay, if you run and do that for a second. That was lightning speed. Yes, so not holding the coup there was a mix of, it was a little greedy, because obviously you're there trying to push, but keeping the coup is always the right line for the Triss. But if you give, the fear, I suppose, is, well, if you haven't got the Triss, right, it's a problematic one, because, of course, if the Triss isn't there, and you've given your best remaining card, I would probably say other way around is, the other way around obviously is better. You'd rather lose the Terra Nova because your short round's not awful, because of course Nolziger Sergeants are just absolutely fine, completely great, and entirely everybody's favorite, right? We love those. Now, it is 1-1. I know you've only seen one of the games. Unfortunately, a double disconnect and client issue on Carpet side meant they did lose game 1. Oh yeah, true. He would have seen Triss with leader, so he knows it's there. So this is, as a result, this is game 3. This is the final game. I'm just trying to work out what's left. So it's going to be Ball versus. Oh wow, it's Nilfgaard v Nilfgaard. Oh, this is going to be completely fine. Nilfgaard v Nilfgaard is going to be completely normal. Oh boy. Okay. It is a Nilfgaard mirror. One playing Masquerade Ball, the other playing. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting. This could be one of the toughest things to call ever as we go Nilfgaard against Nilfgaard.
Amazing.
Yeah. This winning round 1's massive here because you could be able to push into round 2 whenever you're dealing with double cross. It's super important not to let them pressure you that way round. But now we're going to look at the hand states. So we know Dosen doesn't have a way to deal with Ball other than bleed it out. It's a big, big thing you have to remember.
Okay.
So wants to win the round without overcommitting, but also it's a fine line. On the other side, the not wanting to play any gold aristocrats round 1 typically might not be the case here, because you know you're pushing for that 2-0.
Yeah, you know,
the
really,
best you can,
you're
right?
hoping you don't get a 3rd round, honestly, right?
Exactly, but as we see, going in, probably going for the protection, has managed to find this flanking unit, the Alba Pikeman. Obviously, it's flanking nothing right now, but we shall see.
Preparing for flanking.
Oh boy, are we going to create into create? No.
No, flanking might be flanking.
All the soldiers be flanking. That's just how it goes. Everything's flanking. Every day we're flanking. And it is, straight into the Emir.
Yeah.
I like this on the basis that you get the flanking and the lock.
Yeah.
And as a result, you can start creating what you want. The bathroom. Pipes the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. As now does choose to click this. We don't know what was put to the bottom.
Yeah. No.
Oh no, we do. It was coup because the other one would have given points. And now you're really probably not clicking that too much, but we'll see. Dosen.
Okay. Are we also seeing Do you want to keep ball for later?
Yeah, your ball is for the push.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of your first cards, so your opponent doesn't get a chance to see it. Rompali is top, and will stay top. You're trying to get to the point where you're hoping for 2 good cards, obviously mulliganing, or pushing your worst cards to the bottom. We now know these 2 are bottom of the deck.
We see another buffer. Okay.
Yeah. And that's nice. Not giving too many units, reducing the bleed value, the status value.
Yeah.
And piling in for a decent Vilgefortz as well. So that there's always reach. You know, we can't see from Carpet's side a tempo pass because it's so important to potentially win this round. But the poisons on the other side are a big threat, right?
Yeah. So now we see the... My God, it's so much happening all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of backwards and forwards. The maths in this, the swings available are a little bit nutty, honestly. But it does open yet again for Dosen just to be able to say, I'm on red coin, no worries. I'm not going to let you... I have the reach. The Vilgefortz here is 19. I'm behind by 13, 14, 15. So depending on what I pull...
But we could also see the cupbearer now come down and putting Dosen round down to 0.
Yes. Probably doesn't want to.
Yeah.
I don't think the cupbearer, especially when you know you're against Nilfgaard 2, they're going to have poisons that just aren't it, right?
Oh, we're seeing Calvate now, which kind of says, I'm ready, you know, wherever you are.
Yeah. The difficulty, though, of course, this 1 bronze card... The Van Moorlehem Servant here is going to copy all these statuses, and it's so many points. And now I would say Dosen in a spot where being involved in this round is looking like a challenge. It's just so much value.
Like yeah, definitely.
But that's not what Dosen's going to want. Dosen really doesn't want to have to go away here.
Neither of them do, right?
No, and if I'm Dosen, I'm probably playing the Mage Torturer. I'm probably giving myself a shot. At maybe Enemir.
Yeah.
Because that reach threat is still there, but doesn't... Okay. The value of this bleed could be it. This is semi-final number 2, final game in that semi-final.
So quick semi-final.
Well, yeah. You know, if you exclude the technical problems, sure.
And now we see Jean coming back, aristocrats.
Yeah, and a really, really nice looking hand.
What is Carpet missing?
Philippe, but has a guarantee of that from Roderick anyway.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good hand to me, yeah.
It looks good. The danger is, of course, everything in your hand is available to double cross.
Yeah.
So that is a big, big risk here.
Meanwhile, Dosen, let me just check, didn't miss anything big, because obviously Calvate happened.
Yeah.
Next thing that he would be getting would be the bribery.
Yes.
But that's it.
And yeah, the bribery obviously is a card that you want to see, don't get me wrong, but having it into the next round, and I like this.
Yeah,
dropping ball first doesn't always feel good, because of course your opponent can just not, for want of a better phrase, not really give you a good target, and you lose value. But in this spot, not letting your opponent have it,
amazing.
Massive. Yeah. Big moment. So that is what I'd be looking for here. We get the Brathens. It's going to be any engine you play, I play.
Very Spider-Man moment, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty much. As now, it really does put a spot of which way do you want to go with this? Which engine do you feel more threatened by? Because the Thirsty Dame can be crazy, but...
The Brathens also, because you're copying so much from your opponent and you're constantly getting the assimilate value, right?
Completely. Now, it was a bit risky there to take this. Oh, we're clicking everything. And now we're going to set up for the coup as well. Oh, no, never mind, we're not. It's on the bottom. But the Philippe could have been the next card there. Could have bricked his own Roderick by playing it that way round. Obviously, it was a 1 in 10.
But... You know how
big risk
how
though.
Gwent is.
Yeah. If that was me, that would definitely have happened. Dosen needs to get some traction on this board here. The ability to swing is very easy with the hand that they have, but if they can't get the development of engines, that's a problem.
Roderick guarantees coup, doesn't he?
Roderick does guarantee, yeah. So Roderick into coup into
you get both of the gold cards then.
Yes. Okay. But now here's the problem. Poison into poison into poison. And here we go. The extra engines. This can... This is massive, because Ron Pally, if you don't know, he will lock the first unit, poison the second, and give spying to the third. This is a lot of points.
Yes.
This is a huge amount of points.
So many things are happening, and I don't even know which things are from the opponent, which are from the deck, which are brand new. Like, what are we doing?
Now that's a bit scary. It might genuinely be worth purifying Ron Pally with this over the poison, because giving your opponent 2 is
risky.
Way too much. And that's a big moment and a big decision here, because your opponent now has access to one of them definitely, and you know that. Which means they're guaranteed to be able to delete this. But they're guaranteed to be able to delete 2 of them if you leave Ron Pally.
Imposting the Thirsty Day makes sense.
Yeah, because he's going for the 2-0 engine-wise here, I think.
Yeah. Are we now purifying Jean? No.
No.
Going for the coup.
Yeah, I would say coup. Yeah, coup and Philippe are the only 2 golds left. It makes sense to grab both here just for the extra proc, the extra value, because of course it's a status.
Yeah.
This now has zeal as well, and if nothing can survive on the board,
then well, you're
then,
not that worried, right?
Yeah, and again we click and we click and we click.
Constantly
here
building the statuses more and more, therefore getting so much value on all of the engines.
Yeah, and not using this double cross leader is problematic, and it's one of the things that double cross suffers with in the bleed. He's looking at his hand and feeling like, I can get out without it because of the cards I have. Yeah. Is that going to end up being the case?
And now we see, of course, Admiral
Ron Pally,
the only target for Terra Nova.
Yes.
Okay, so what is Carpet doing here?
Okay, chooses to lock that. Ooh, and he does leader now. He has used this leader ability.
We could
takes the extra poison.
We could see a Purify here for one of the Assimilate engines, possibly.
No, I think he's taking the poison, yeah. The problem is, this no longer has spying. Okay. No, sorry, this does have spying, which is why the coup comes onto this and now is a big scary swing. The leader's come and gone, that matters, but Purify onto that could be a big deal. One coup can swing these points.
Sheesh, okay.
It's a pretty big swing here with this Ron Pally.
Unlocked and unlocked and locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So M here. Now probably, or so basically looking at the cards, right?
Yeah.
Carpet does not want round 3.
Carpet, well, there's gonna be a round 3 because I think.
I'm saying he doesn't want it.
He doesn't want it, but yeah, I don't think that's a chance. And yeah, I go back to I would have purified this over any poison. You just saw a 50+ point swing by being able to coup that, and that could be series deciding, but.
They're playing so fast.
Yeah, they are indeed. Blitz Gwent is a real thing in tournaments. Blitz Gwent is a real thing in tournaments, you know?
Yeah.
Nilfgaard mirrors are also very, very, like,
intense.
every decision you make, and we're not being critical by saying it's one of those, you had a lot of different options, it's super difficult to work out what you want. On this side now, this plays for 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
11, 12, 13. It's not enough, and it puts Dosen in the absolute driving seat here for this, because there is about the square root of nothing left here for Carpet.
And meanwhile, Dosen has the bribery.
Yes.
And Coop again, which might not.
Coop
really
is now a brick for both players, really.
So Coop needs to go, but Nautica's amazing for Dosen and gets 2 of them if I'm right. No.
No, only runs one. Only runs the one in this list. But yeah, looking back, the Purify onto the Ron Pally would have been a much, much more valuable option. And that swing there probably is where it hit. But Dosen finding the card, obviously getting it as a target and getting that, it was pretty big. I think Carpet Nick was expecting the Purifying Philippe would effectively zeal the charge and then be able to use it for value. Maybe didn't realize it doesn't work that way. Purify doesn't do that, and that is probably where it has ended up causing the problem. It also held that coup.
Yeah, because I'm here No, I'm here. Sorry. Fergus.
Fergus, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an option, and the win condition might be that you get the right coup.
Yeah.
But.
Oh, what is it really?
Yeah.
Because if you coup the Torres, nice. Which version are you getting?
You coup Torres, you'll get it's a base version that you get, right? Or a base copy, so version 1.
First one.
Now, I don't think it's going to be sufficient, but being able to coup a base set Torres, unfortunately, Vilgefortz ends that.
Unless he's played now, but he's not.
Here we go, and find another Rompali. We haven't seen enough of them. There's only been 3 so far. I want to see I miss Jean. We had a lovely dinner with him in Paris. This is
reincarnation of Jean.
Jean returns and instead doesn't go for that, just takes the points, knows that that is that. And we have our second finalist.
That was quick.
It was indeed.
GG. It kind of leaves a bit like a difficult aftertaste.
Technical problems are a pain, right?
Technical issues. We're very sorry for that.
Yeah.
And you guys played super well.